Alright, so if you're running into the issue of your receptacles on your lighting controller being 240, which is this specific receptacle, okay, and the cables that come on your lights are either this, in this case the LED light is a 120 plug, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't accept that it can't be run on a 240. So what we're going to do, the light itself, the LED light, can be run on either a 120 or a 240. In this case, my receptacles don't look like this, nor do they accept this. So I have to basically get an extension cord and cut the end of the extension cord off and wire something like this on the front. So that's what I'm doing right here. In case you're not familiar, I'm just going to go ahead and make this video for viewers that don't. I just cut the cord off. There it is. Take the sheath off. There that is. Let's open these up a little bit. Let's look to see how much wire we actually need. 3/4 inch. So there's it right there. Take your strip some of your wire off. You're going to want to get an extension cord that's at least 14 gauge. Okay. Twist these up, not together, but just twist them like that. And this is just to be safe. There's going to be some people that are going to be like, hold on, how do I do that? And I don't want this scenario to turn anybody off from buying a light fixture or doing certain things in the garden. Just know that things are always, you can always fix these little things. It's not a big issue. Okay. So you're going to want to thread the base of this on. Possibly open it up a little bit more. Okay. There we go. I'm going to pull it through and we'll connect it here in a minute. You're going to take a prong here. Okay, green is always, or in this case, the green screw. So we're going to start there. The green is your ground. So let's go ahead and make sure all the strands are pushed through. Nothing is protruding outwards. And just a little bit, but we'll start there. Okay. Because you're running 240, it don't matter. Otherwise, the smaller end on your right, on the right side, would typically be your hot wire, and then your neutral wire. Your white wire would be right here. Your hot black would be that small portion of the receptacle. So looking at it like this, just so everybody is familiar with what's up. Okay. It doesn't matter in this case though. Where's that at? There we go. Because in this case you're using both wires as a hot. That's what 240 is. You're basically eliminating that neutral wire. You're using it, the white wire, but it's a load wire. Okay. It's feeding an additional 120 volts, making it 240, and thus more efficient when pulling power from your panel. So instead of, you know, a 1000 watt light pulling 5 or 6 amps, let's just say 6 amps, it's going to pull only half of that because you're splitting the load. So you're going to be at 2.5 to 3 amps. Okay, make sure that's tight, like so. Don't be afraid to bear down on it a little bit. You want it tight. You don't want that shit slipping out. Okay, now the rest of this will look like that, and you're just going to feed this into the housing. This is pretty straightforward. There's these screws here. It's 2 screws. Just like so. Sorry, I'm trying to stand behind a camera tripod and do this at the same time. So now I'm going to go ahead and tighten this down on onto the cable. And we'll go ahead and feed the rest of that the plug into the housing. This pretty much goes for any lighting, you know. It doesn't got to be how, you know, just an extension cord, you know, scenario. It could be pretty much anything. Let's line that up. There we go. Just try to line it up with the holes. There. I can't see it with this thing tightened down, so maybe not make that mistake. So got a bit of a cold the last couple days. Okay, let's pull this out a little bit. Now I line up them holes, and there's a notch. There it is. There it is. There's a notch in there that I just wasn't seeing before. So now it should tighten down. There you go. We'll just do the other end last. Okay, that's that. Push that up a little bit. Like so. Tighten that back down. You know, essentially you can run extension cords, you know, any way you like. They're rated for 300 volts. Just look on your cord, on the sheath of your cord. It'll tell you what your cord is rated for, but just make sure that you get the proper gauge of wire. In this case, there you go. How to rewire your cord from a 120 plug style to a 240. So essentially on the opposite end, so you guys understand why, this is going to go into the LED lighting fixture, and this end is going to go into my light controller. Alright, that covers that. Anybody got any questions? Go ahead and drop your, drop them in the box and I'll try to get to it. I'm not a professional electrician, but I do know enough about it to get by with what we're doing here. So, alright, that's how that's done. Problem solved.